welcome back. So I want to talk a bit more about the Battletech beta and just some of the things that I've seen. Now, there's quite a bit of stuff in here that is really, really good. Now, from somebody who's actually come from playing the Battletech board game, they've done a Harebrained Schemes has done a fantastic job of actually simulating the world of Battletech as it is. And they've made it very interesting, and I think they've done a really good job of the way they've structured it out. Now, there's a couple of things that I'm hoping they will change as the beta progresses and as we move towards the actual final release, they can change things up. But from the perspective of the game itself, we're going to play here while we're going through and talking. One thing that I wonder if it's going to change up actually is the map size. I'd like to see the map size change a little bit. I think it's about the equivalent of a standard Battletech map. Now, most games that I've played usually 2 maps in size. And yeah, it just gives you a bit of time to do a bit of tactics, work out where you want to be, and you know, get things in position. But you find that a lot of the times that the enemy are right on top of you by the time you get yourself in the first round and get yourself in position. So, but I do like the map and how it's set out. It's really nice. But one thing I do wish for actually is a top-down view. Let's move our Griffith here, and we'll go there. But they've got the effects of basically water. If you've got heat sinks to the legs, you can fire more often because you won't overheat because the heat sinks are sucking in more water. Let's have a look. You got to be careful with this. If you get your mouse on it, you just get dragged off into the oblivion. Okay. No, maybe you can get fixed up. Can we jump that far? No. So we might as well sprint. I'm going to keep my catapult back for a moment. It's got the long-range missiles. And my Griffith I want up here. Alright, I'll get you to jump here. But a top-down view of the map would be really good, showing you terrain, showing you the different locations of stuff. It would actually make things more beneficial, and it would give you a bit of an idea. I want you to sprint. Not there. Where do I want you? I want you over here. There we go. Okay, let's see what the enemy does at this point in time. So, I'm wondering if more game modes are going to be part of the game when it's released. I mean, mechs on mechs is good, but it's going to get a bit tedious after a time. Like objective-based games, you know, attacking a target, maybe defending, maybe even racing to capture somebody. Again, I think different game modes would definitely add up and make things more interesting. And I want you to brace. There is a few things that are not in the board game, like the bracing here, but that's just adds to the game and makes it more interesting. The pilots, the one thing I don't know at this point in time is beneficial is the different abilities of the pilots and whether they really add to the gameplay that much. I mean, in the original Battletech game, gunnery and piloting were the only 2 things you really needed. And this is really unusual because by this time I would usually have enemy contacts. I'm going to send my Jenner out. Ah, there we go. So I'm in cover, and so we've got a hunchback, urban mech, so we've got a fairly diverse group of mechs here. So we can do some indirect fire. The indirect fire is actually an interesting tactic. What have we got? 45% chance. Yeah, let's take a pot shot at the henchback.
Okay, I'm on it.
I'm looking forward to the multiplayer side of things. I've got some friends that I've played Battletech with for a long time. I actually played in a couple of tournaments and won a few of them, positioning in them, so I'm looking forward to the multiplayer. Okay, I want you to come back now. We know that there is people here. Jenna's far too light to take on these guys. But we know where they are at this point in time. The other thing I'd love to see is if they bring it down from just maybe a single lance to maybe 2 lances, have a bigger battle, need bigger maps of course. Even like Solaris was the arena world where basically, you know, you've one-on-one mechs. I'd love to see something like that. That would be a really interesting thing to do. Okay, the Gintaro is going to take pot shots at my Jenna, I suspect. Let's see if we do an indirect fire attack. No, it's only 35%. If we move up a bit, it gives us direct line of sight. It's only 55. And that's 50. Yeah, let's do that. We've got a few rockets here that we can spend some time firing.
Ready for orders.
I want to move the Victor over here. And we'll brace. There we go. Oh, the other mech's trying to take a wander out there. Okay, let's move. Mockingbird. Ah, bugger it, we could sprint there. There's no sense in overheating ourselves to go that far out.
Another blip on my screen.
So, arc light.
What do you need?
I want you to attack. I like the way that they've got the heat done up. That is a really good way of showing off the heat. Because the one thing is, I've played a lot of the Battletech games as such. Not the MechWarrior games and the Battletech mech games. And the one thing that I really didn't like about them was there was never really that strategy side of them as there was in the actual. Ooh, what have we got here? Let's get this Griffith off the perch here. So the yellow bar is your how stable you are, and basically if you're unsteady then you can basically fall over. Who have we got? If we fire from here, 75% chance. See, for LRMs we have a minimum range. So basically once you get under that minimum range, then LRMs start to lose their advantage. So you can see here, the target's moved, so we've got a +2 modifier to shoot. I think we'll just fire from here. I feel like my Griffin's going to take a hell of a damage from this Hunchback. So Kraken, I want you to jump. Can you get behind him? No, it's a bit suicidal here. So this is where the AI probably needs some improving, that you can quite easily get behind them and attack them. What's the Hunchback? It's got the AC 20, so that's what I really want to pour on some damage. Let's just fire the AC 20 and the SRMs. Unfortunately, we missed with the AC 20. The good thing was we were in cover, so it meant we weren't taking any other fire. So arc light. I want to get out of range of that Hunchback. Let's jump back here. Because what that's going to do is put us in water. It's going to cool us down. We should be able to take an attack on A5. I think they're going to be the same. Let's fire the Katara. We might do a medium laser as well. Yeah, head hits seem to be very, very regular. Oh, you're trying to pick up on my Victor. It's going to be very, very difficult.
Commander?
I want to get into range so I can do a sensor lock here. Can we sprint to here? Yes.
Copy that, Commander.
Jenna's lightweight mech, so you don't want it to be in direct line of fire if you can help it. We'll hopefully do a sensor lock next round. This Kantara is going to try and back up behind my Victor. Took a little bit of damage, but nothing major.
Yep.
90%, yes. If we just go indirect fire, that's only 65, so we need to get into range. Okay, Kraken, I want you to get out of danger, please. Which means they've got to come to me now if they really want to attack. Okay. The way they've done cover is really good.
Waiting for orders.
Mm-hmm. Can we jump to there? No, we can't. What if we sprint? Yep.
Quick stepping it.
I want to get him up here to basically give me line of sight on these guys.
Standing by. Position confirmed.
See the water effects. Don't think anything's in range. No. Let's see what they do here. That's fine.
Reporting. Major armor loss.
Ooh.
Structure damage.
Bit of damage there. Now I should be able to get my Jenna around behind it, hopefully. Blockade.
Standing by.
Let's fire.
Roger.
Ah, that's just beautiful, the way the missiles come down like that.
Ready for orders.
Okay, Kraken, I want you to twist, come around, and fire everything.
Confirmed.
Ooh, some solid hits there, that's good. And we knocked him down. So the ability to do a call shot when a mech is down is very, very good idea. I really like how that's done. If you can see it's flashing here now on my Victor saying that I'm very unsteady. Okay, so Mockingbird, I want you to sprint around, please.
Roger, skipper. Taking it.
We got this 30-ton mech, which is probably another over mech.
I'm here.
And I just want you to attack. No, I don't want you to move.
Standing by.
Hmm. I mustn't be in line of sight here.
Copy that.
Okay. The Hunchback is one I'm worried about with that AC to 120. The urban mechs are very light mechs, so I'm not really concerned about how they're going to. So I won't worry about medium lasers.
Aye, aye.
I'm going to watch our heat. So it'll be interesting to see. They're going to stand back up here. Question is, what is the Kantara going to do? Just going to try and reverse up and get behind my Jenna here. It's going to do a bit of damage if it does. No, he's coming after the Victor still. Just going to give me an advantage here. The one thing I'd like to see, and I'll talk about it when you see it in a minute here. So blockade. 55%, 65%. Alright, I want you to move around. That will give me line of sight. Yep. Let's see if we can fire here. No, it's even worse. Now we see here basically with the damage that's done, it comes up and flashes up very quickly. I'd actually like to see probably a sort of like a damage feed come up somewhere on the screen. It shows me where I'm actually doing the damage. Give me a bit of an idea how much damage I'm doing as well. I'm hoping too that you'll be able to design your own mechs. There's got the mech lab there. I don't know whether that lets you design your mechs or it's just to examine the mechs, but alright, so basically what Kraken wants to do is this point in time we're going to attack the Kintaro.
Position confirmed.
And we can do a cold shot. Don't have to worry about heat, so we're just going to go for it. Did a lot of damage. One thing you don't really see at the moment is also in the board game, when you took damage to your engines, you generated more heat. Gyroscopes made you less unsteady, so I guess there's nothing really to show you that at this point in time.
I'm here.
Okay, Arclight, I'm not really worried about you.
Commander?
I don't want a melee. I want you to take shots, please. Twist.
I'm there.
So we're going to do here. This is extremely devastating at this range. And there we go. We blew the center torso out, which destroys the reactor. Oh, it took a bit of damage there. That's fine.
Aye, aye. Standing by.
Going heat-wise.
Firing.
I wonder if that fixed that animation up because it looks like it hits the trees and not actually hitting the mech here. It's going to come after my catapult here, but that's fine. Oh no, he's going for the Victor. Oh, he's going for the Jenna. Why? I've got my Victor with its rear facing here. It would have been smarter to go for that. Okay, so blockade. See, this is the silly part, is the enemies just walked into a battle. I wouldn't walk in with knowing that a mech can actually get in range of me and basically take a shot at my rear like this.
Taking the shot.
Oh, we got an AC ammo crit hit. That was a good thing. I also like how they've followed very much the similar rule set. You know, if you get damage to the arm, it transfers to the torso, then into the actual center torso at that point in time. So they followed very much the rule set that is Battletech. And we only have Kraken left.
Standing by.
This is a bit unfair, unfortunately. Get the extra heat benefits. Alright, let's try the Inspire. That was some solid hits.
Losing lots of armor.
Arc line.
Aye, aye. Roger.
Or would she get up close? See, unfortunately for the Hunchback, it's not in a good position at this point.
Here we go.
Now, surprisingly, the arm is taking a lot of that damage there. And the Eternal armor is also handling it, or structure. There we go.
Structure damage.
So let's be smart about this. Get Mockingbird out of the way here. Sensor lock. What they've done is definitely made it interesting. They added in they've moved it away from just being the generic board game and added a little bit more structure to it, I guess. And that's going to hurt with the AC of 20 hitting me.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
And we got blockade.
I'm here.
I want you to get behind him again. That's not going to work. Luckily, it was any LRM that I lost.
Attacking from position.
I was hoping we may get a hit on the rear there, but unfortunately not. Alright, Kraken's going to move in.
Commander. On my way. Firing all weapons.
Wow, took a lot of damage then.
Internal structure damage.
That leg's not looking too good on my Griffin. Okay, arc light.
I'm here.
I definitely want you behind him, please.
On my way.
Hopefully we can do some damage here. Yep, fire.
Copy that.
Take out that center torso. Okay. Wasn't what I was hoping for, unfortunately.
Reading you. Move order received.
This Hunchback is hanging on for dear life.
Firing on rear arm.
There we go.
Good.
Well,
Critical.
the AC 120 will be gone now. Where's the Hunchback going? Oh, that's minor damage.
What do you need?
Let's do something a little bit interesting. We're gonna jump. Do a death from above.
Confirm.
That was effective death from above. I don't want you to come over here. I don't want you to blast the living daylights out of this mech for me, please. Is there any point, actually? I get to hit the torsos. Will that go through internally? That's armored. Because I think the progression is just internal goes through to internal. No, I've got to fire at the center torso. I don't have a choice. Blew its left leg off and center torso's gone. Even the effects they've got of when something gets destroyed and loses an arm, it's really nice how they've done that. So I've only got 2 urban mechs to deal with now.
I'm here.
Let's pull back. I'll lose a jump jet or something.
Affirmative.
Aye, aye.
Give myself some cover here. The mechs have got some nice armor on them, but
Copy that.
they are a lower tonnage mech and weaker. We dodged all my attacks, that's good.
Yeah. Looking out.
Let's see what I can hit this urban mech with. Question is he going to engage or is he just going to...
I'm here. Roger.
Can we fire? I'm not going to fire the AC-20.
I copy.
Ooh, it's dodging the attacks, that's good.
Crap, that shot went internal. Reading you.
Sprint, yeah. Ooh, no, there's no cover there. Actually, let's pull back. Can we sprint to there? Yes.
Moving at full throttle.
Arc light. Yeah, let's move in.
Roger.
Damage takes a little bit of time to show up. Okay, blockade.
What do you need?
Yeah, fire.
Engaging target. Ready for orders.
Can't sprint because I jumped, but that's fine.
Engaging with target.
That's gonna hurt him. Ooh, he did a death from above. It's a chance to take out the cockpit with death from above. I'm gonna finish off this urban mech now. Oh, it was a nice hit on the back there.
I'm here.
Ooh, he took out all our weapons on that side. So we already got melee. Let's go from a death from above then. Screw it.
Up high.
Took down our leg in the same process, but the death from above worked. Can blockade actually attack? Let's move in then. May be able to do a cold shot, but because of ran, I may not be able to.
Commander.
Kraken, I want you to come in, please.
Orders. Roger.
And this is worth it.
I copy.
It feeds it a little bit too fast.
Tango down.
But I think I'm about close to overheat with my Victor.
Aye, aye.
Actually, let's get my badly damaged. Let's get it behind cover.
Understood.
And brace.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, I want you to jump to there, please.
Affirmative. Roger. Target confirmed.
No damage. Unfortunate. We have to watch our heat now because we could potentially shut down. Blockade.
Yep.
Actually, I want you to jump to there.
Here we go.
Basically, I want to surround him at this point in time.
Copy that.
Alright, Kraken.
Standing by. Confirmed.
Go for it. Now that'll overheat me. Can I find my AC 20 without overheating? Yes. That's gonna overheat me. That's gonna overheat me. So it's AC 20 time.
Confirmed.
And we missed.
Negative.
Urban Mech's the luckiest mech around. Okay. Some mechs that are weaker that I would have gone for personally.
I'm under heavy fire. I'm here.
Really, all I've got is LRMs that I can fire. I want to see more mechs. I want to get into my grasshopper. God, I used to love grasshoppers. Oh, we got some damage on him finally.
Reading you.
Okay, can we get around behind him? Yes, we can. And we can...
Location confirmed. Copy that.
Okay, I don't think this mech's going to last much longer.
Yeah.
I just took out its AC-10, so all it's got is a lousy small laser left over. And Kraken, let's inspire him.
Let's go. Commander.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Firing.
Blew the head off.
Mech destroyed.
So it's really interesting the way they've done things. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it as it's going through and progressing. I think it's going to be a very fun game. Anyway, let me know if you're playing the beta. If not, definitely give it a look in. And if you've loved those kind of board games like Battletech games, it's definitely something that's very interesting and very exciting to look at least. I hope the action report has a little bit more detail than it does at this point in time, but it's very early on in the beta, so I think they're going to flush out and see what's good and what's bad and change things around for the good. There's the neutral forces as well, so there's got to be something else that they're considering, definitely. But at the moment, this is what the beta's like. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.